Hope Channel, changing lives.
Hello and good evening to another lovely Tuesday. This is the last week in the month of November, and for the month of November we've been discussing teens in career, teens in managing them at home, and what have you. But if you have just joined us in the month of November, today is going to be wonderful for you because we have a very interesting topic which we are going to discuss. Today we are discussing trust and confidentiality in handling teens. I'm sure you are wondering, hey, today what is this? Yes, there is the need for us to know because some of the teenagers are saying that they are not comfortable sharing their secrets with either their guardians or parents. Sometimes they have issues. They do not know where to turn to. They turn to some other people which sometimes do not help them. We need to understand why they do that. And you also know what we can do to support them when they need or they have certain things to discuss with us. Without much ado, let me inform you that we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and you can also join us on our 0559-680066, which is our WhatsApp line for you to enable you share your contributions with us. Thank you so much. Please do remember to invite and call your friends and also share so that we all learn to unlearn. This is Love at Home. On Love at Home, there is love. That is why I am inviting you. I am your host, Efia Sewa Mansa. Let me quickly take you to see my wonderful guest today. On my far left, I have Miss Antonia Vondi. My dear, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How about you?
Oh, I'm also highly favored. Thank you so much. That's good. Next to Miss Vondi is Master Eko Agri. Boss, good evening.
Good evening.
How was your day?
It was okay.
It was okay?
Yes.
Anything special?
Not really.
Not really. It was normal?
Yes.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next to Master Eko is Miss Adjoa Atakra. Young woman, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Your dress is very colorful.
Thank you.
And you're all looking good. You're welcome. Master Cyril Kafui is my next guest. Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope coming here was okay for you.
Yes, please.
No traffic.
Please.
Okay, so you enjoy your routes.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you very much for coming. Then my wonderful special guest today is Mrs. Odro, Perfect Odro. She is counseling psychologist. Mrs. Odro, good evening. I love the smile.
Good evening.
How are you?
And by God's grace. How are you
Thank
doing?
God. By God's grace, I'm also fine. So you see, today you're going to have 4 strong teenagers. They are going to tell us their minds. Then our psychologist would also help us, parents and our children, how we can live peacefully at home. On this note, let's go for a quick break. And when we come back, we continue with the show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you.
For one night only, the city will converge at the National Theatre as United in Praise presents the A Cappella Festival. Yes! Brace for a divine musical experience on Saturday, December 31, as Ghana's hottest a cappella groups usher us into 2023 in a grand style. On stage performing Black Capella, The Manifest, Vocal Path, Note 6, K3M, New Era, Soul Street, and many more. Special appearances by Pesdak Praise Choir, Gifted Dear, Mark Enimirenchi, and Perez Music. Get an early bird ticket now at a cool 70 Ghana Cedis standard for single, 150 Ghana Cedis VIP, and 300 Ghana Cedis for a family of 5. Simply dial *928 *529 hash to get your tickets now. The A Cappella Festival is proudly endorsed by Beyond the Return and supported by Charterhouse, Events Dome, Midima Fuheba Clinic, Meridian Ghana Conference, and powered by United in Praise. Pella Fest, a Hope Channel Ghana production.
Hello, my lovely viewer. Thank you so much for staying glued and to your set. You are watching Love at Home. And as I said, our discussion today is on trust and confidentiality in handling teens. Yes, trust and confidentiality in handling teens. Is there the need to have secrets at all? Why must we have? Or why shouldn't we have? Who do we tell? This is basically our discussion today. Let me go straight to Miss Vondi. Miss Vondi, when something is bothering you, who would you prefer to share this with?
Okay, thank you for the question. When something is bothering me, I'll think about my parents first, then my friends next, but I'll prefer telling my friends. Yes, because I've kind of built that relationship with them whereby I wouldn't have to struggle to say whatever is on my mind. Yes, I'll tell my friends.
What about you, Eko?
With such problems, I would consider talking to my mother personally, because looking at my mother and I, in terms of physical appearance, when you see my mother and I, you'll be like she's my sister or something. So, and then in our relationship too, there's this kind of relationship where my mother is like a sister to me, not necessarily my mother. So like, with any problem or any secret thing, I can share it with my mother, or anything that I feels weird sharing with my mother. There's this aunt of mine who is very close, I'm very close with, and then sometimes I can also share with her.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Takwa?
For me, I would say it depends on the situation. For example, if I want to clarify something, want to ask something about my education, I may ask my parents. If I want to ask something about an event, I may ask my friends. So it depends on the type of situation or the problem that I'm having.
Okay. Cyril, what about you?
Okay, so for me, it depends on what's bothering me, because my parents have made some tough decisions in life which has helped me. But on the other hand, my friends are more open and less judgmental. So I think my friends are more easygoing.
Oh, okay. Your friends are more easygoing. Oh, I see. So then let me know, what are some of the things you prefer to discuss with your parents?
Me, for instance, I can only talk to my parents about education because they are taking the responsibility, they are paying the fees, and so anything educational, I'll talk to them about it. And sometimes some emotions too, you have to let your parents know, because whatever that's going through you, like whatever is going in your mind, if you don't share it with them and then you take it outside, you will still come home, you know, and then that kind of atmosphere, you wouldn't be cool within you. And so I'll tell my parents about my emotions too.
Okay. So, Ms. Atakwa, you earlier on said that there are certain types of problems you prefer to share with your parents and some with your friends. And you mentioned education, that you would prefer to have discussion on education with your parents. What other things would you want to have with your parents, and why?
Okay, so I may have a problem socially. Maybe why do we do some things either at church or in the society? So I think my parents may be more experienced in answering that question than my friends. I would definitely ask my parents over my friends.
So, Echo, what would you want to share with your friends?
With my friends, I'd not like to share anything inside or concerning family, but then I would like to share some experiences probably in school or in life, and then sometimes maybe help a friend who is going through some kind of trauma in the family. Yes.
But is it difficult to have any serious bond with your family? Is it difficult? Is it that easy, Cyril?
Family bonds are important and necessary in our lives, but we all need family bonding because whatever you do and wherever you go, your family will end up accepting you. But sometimes when you go down, your friends will just back off on you.
So you are saying that it is important to have the family bond with you. That's good. Mrs. Odro, let's see, from the discussion so far, our teenagers are telling us that there are certain things they'll prefer to tell their friends, some they will tell their mother. Should that be the case? Or you think that everything should go through their parents or guardian?
Thank you for the question. And you see, as teenagers, they have the mind of their own. So as adolescents, as they are, it's not everything that they are going to tell their parents. And that is going to depend on the kind of parenting style you are using, the kind of parents that you are. So because if looking at their age, they are teens. And when you take the Piaget cognitive development, he says that from the 11 years, the 12 years going, which is when you enter your teens, he calls that formal operative years. So this age that they are in, they can think about things, have theories of their own. They can think through whatever is going on. They can debate about things. They want to know more. So they tend to ask a lot of questions, deep questions, and they need you to give them that answer. So you see, and adolescence also is the link between childhood and adulthood. So it's a crucial part of their life. So if you're a parent, you must know that this is the time that you need to be more open with your child, because as they were saying, one made a point of how the parents will react to certain things. So I rather want to discuss about education and things that will not upset them because they are taking care of me. When it comes to social issues, events, and all that, I like to go to my friends. So what she's trying to say is, with the parents, they are taking care of her, all right, but there's a generational gap also between them. So what the parents see as fun, the children or the adolescents, the teens you are having, don't see it as fun. The music they want to listen to, the parents will think it's no, this kind of music, no. The type of dress they want to wear and how the colors and all that, the parents will think no. So there's a generational gap between the parents and the child, which as much, it's bound to happen. So you, the parents, you have the experience of being an adolescent, a teen yourself. So you tap into that experience that you have, that when you were the age, what were the things you wish your parents could have done for you? What were some of the things that you wish you could have had, your parents would have been more open to discuss with you? So you use your adolescence as a reference point and what you have learned so far, the experience you have gained, to be able to communicate with the children. So sometimes it depends on the type of parenting that you are using. If you are using the open type, you see that the children are more free to talk to you. They see you as the sister. You see, one said that he sees the mom to be like a sister. So the mom is kind of a friend to him. He sees the mother as a friend. So being a friend is easy for him to go and talk to him. They have open relationship. But if you have a parenting style that you are laissez-faire, you don't care really about what the child does. You just give the feeding, the psychological needs, just those things, the basic need you provide it, you are off, you don't discuss anything with them. You see that the children will be lacking that bonding with you. So most of the things, they rather prefer to go to their other colleagues, peers to talk to them rather than you. And if you are doing the autocratic or the authoritarian straight style too, you realize that you put fear in the children. So things that they think, they'll be that, oh, daddy or mommy is too straight. This, if I talk to her, they are going to look down on me, they are going to punish me, they are going to talk me out of it. It's going to, no. So I rather keep it to myself. Let me go to my friends who will rather understand me more. So the parenting style you are using is going to determine whether your child is going to come to you with their issues or general things that concern them, and where they are. Because as I said, the adolescent, they are in the formative, so they are asking a lot of questions. They need answers. They can think for themselves. They can create hypotheses from themselves. So this is the time that you don't spoon feed them. You allow them to think. You allow them, you have open-ended question with them so that they can express themselves. You don't force straight jackets questions on them. No. Ask of the opinion, discuss it with them, let them bring things on board. And when they do that, you follow through for them.
This is very deep. Thank you very much, Mrs. Odru. Now, let me come to my teenagers. Why do you keep secrets? Cyril.
Okay. For me, I don't really keep secrets.
Okay, so you don't have, or you do?
I don't have.
You don't have. Okay. So, so let me ask. Echo, don't tell me you don't have.
I do.
You do? That's good. I like that. Why?
See, as human beings, there are certain things that when you do are normal, like keeping secrets. So there's this secret that sometimes cannot be brought up to the parents. You see, probably, let's take it that you are preparing a surprise for your parents. You have to keep it as a secret, right? So you should, with such secrets, it will be brought up later on with concerning the surprise. But then, in other cases, some secrets are there that probably concerning adolescents, when you are maturing and stuff. Some of us, we all know that it should be brought up to the parents so that they can help us and then give us the needed education for our well-being. But then sometimes we might feel shy. And then with me, concerning the nature of my father's business, there are mostly some conversations that when leading to, I can't really express myself. So there's this, let me say, guardian or this aunt who I bring it up to and then helps me in everything.
Okay, so in a way you are saying that it is not almost everything that you can discuss with your mother.
Yes.
But there are certain things you think that person will do well, so you go to that auntie of yours.
Yes,
Ajwa, what about you? Why do you keep secrets?
Well, I think secrets are very normal. They are part of our lives. There are some things you definitely wouldn't want the public to know. So yes, those are secrets. Secrets are something you don't want the general public to know. So yes, I think the reason is in the definition of the secrets in itself. You don't want some people to know some things. That's why we keep secrets. It's to protect you.
So it is not necessarily that it is good or bad.
No. Doesn't really. We have good secrets, you have bad secrets. You just don't want some kind of people to know some things about you. That's all.
Can you give an example?
Of
of those secrets that you want, you would not want the general public to know, and those ones that you prefer, you can let others know?
Okay. For example, not me personally, for example, if you fail an exam in school, you wouldn't want your parents to know, would you? Teens as we are, we didn't want our parents to know that we failed an exam or something. Or maybe your parents asked you to do something, then you didn't, or you did it wrongly, you certainly wouldn't want your parents to know. So sometimes they are harmless, but their secrets are all the same.
Okay, what about you, Antonia?
Okay, the reason why I keep secrets is to prevent unfolding of certain events. As in, maybe it can tarnish your image if it's bad. And then if it's something positive, someone can think evil of you. Let's say if you are planning something great for a future. Yes, if you go telling others about it, they'll be like, oh, it's a nice plan, but they are really telling lies. They really want to hurt you. So sometimes it's good to keep secrets. Sometimes too it's good. It's not good, but yeah.
But let me come to you, Counselor, Mrs. Odro. We hear some teenagers saying that they prefer not to tell their secrets or share things with their parents, because when they tell them, then the next thing it is in public. Then the friend, Efia Mansa, Efia Monua is aware, hey, your mother told me that. Why does it happen like that? Why?
You see, sometimes some parents are overexcited. Maybe a child has passed, a child is gained admission to a higher studying abroad, a child is, you see, sometimes certain things they just want to share, but mostly people share the positive things of their children, positive secrets of their children, more than the negative secrets of their children. If your child is engaged in masturbating and you are aware of it, the child has confided in you, I think most parents will not want to share it. They'll rather want to keep it in the family, give the help that they can to the child, pray about it. But mostly the positive, when they are happy, they want others also to experience the joy that they have. They are proud of their child, so they go about sharing it for others. So sometimes children should know that if you are doing well and your parents are saying it, it's a kind of showing it off that I'm doing well, my parenting is going on well, God is blessing me and all that. It's the joy of parenting. But you see, it's not everything that you share. You should not overshare. You must know what to share and what not to share, because you need to gain the trust of your child. So you see, as they were saying, one thing is, if your child does not trust you, that you'll be able to keep their secret. You'll be able to give them that confidentiality, that non-judgmental ear. They'll seek for it outside. So as parents, know that you are the parents who gave birth to them and all that, but you owe it to them to act in certain way. You should not let your emotions carry you away in such situations. If your child is having a rough patches, you must be on their team. It's important. They must be able to trust you, that whatever they are telling you, if they want it to be a secret, it should stay a secret. They want you not to tell daddy for now. They want just somebody to confide in. They want to work things out before they tell daddy about it. If you are mommy, please don't use the night and wake daddy and tell him everything. Next time, they'll not come to tell you. So it's better if you tell them, no, I'm not going to tell anybody. You should keep it as such. And you should not be judgmental. When they are saying it, don't, I know this is what you are going to do. And for you, you are just the bad child. I've been praying about it. No. Certain comments, you should not say it. The more you say it, they feel like, okay, I'm not so good. I'm not living up to expectations. And everybody wants to please their parents. Every child wants to please their parents. Every child wants to be a favorite of the parents. If they realize that what they are going through, what they have done, will make them not to be in the good books of their parents, they'll rather recall back. They'll rather want to keep it to themselves, which is going to harm them, because they need the guidelines that you can give. You see, the other, the guests, the teen was saying that he, because of the nature of the father's work, he rather want to confide in an auntie So now if he's having an auntie that is the confidant, he's having an auntie that is more open for him to be able to have that kind of connection with. He's in good hands. But if it was somebody that will be taking advantage of the process, somebody will be giving wrong advices, then it could have been in a worse hand. So no matter the type of work you are doing, no matter how busy you are, you should always get time for your child. And whenever they tell you something in confidence, they hold you to trust, you must be able to hold that. Don't tell them. And even if you want to tell them, you want to inform their daddy about it, you want to inform their mother about it, tell them that with this situation, I can't handle it alone. So let's pray over it and let's tell daddy the way forward. Let them know. Don't bypass them. You see, we are humans, and the more trustworthy you are, the more open I am around you. But if I realize that whatever I tell you, you are not trustworthy, whatever you say A and you end up doing B, you are going to even use it to insult me. You are going to use it to even compare me with my siblings. I'm not going to tell you. I'd rather keep it to myself. So parents, sometimes when they are sharing with outsiders, some even go to church and give testimonies about it, and their children will be shy to death on the pew. It's kind of the joy that their child is succeeding, their child is doing something great. So sometimes as children, bear with them, but let them know that this I want you to share, this I don't want you to share. And as children, you know the kind of parents you have. You know that your mom can talk the little thing before you realize it's all out. So you rather know that my dad is quite the confident type. I can confide in him. My dad is quite having a sealed lip. Then you mostly need to share more with your dad if you want it to be kept for secret. You must know your parents, their strengths and their weaknesses. Don't push certain things on them, knowing that your mom is overjoyed. She will just, before you realize, he has informed everybody.
Thank you, Mrs. Odro, but please, please be on it. But let's know, what are the pros and cons of having such a good relationship with our teenagers?
You see, the process, the advantage is if you have a good relationship with your child, you are able to nurture them to good adulthood. Because as I said, the childhood and adulthood, the link is the adolescence, the teen age that you have. And that is the time that they are going to form positive or negative ideas about their environment. So if you are a parent, it behoves on you that during this period, you need to be closer to your child. You need to have a better relationship with them. Let them know that, yes, the world is a harsh place, but you have good people around. But if you don't give them that positive influence, positive experiences, they will think that everybody is evil, everybody is bad, the world is full of chaos. But we know that there are good people, we have nice environments and all that, and positivity can change a lot of things. So that place is where you train your child to experience the good things in life. You also let them know that these are negative things that can happen if you do A or B. And we know that this time too, they are forming their ideas about themselves. That is their self-confidence, their self-esteem, their self-worth. So this is the time that you need not to talk them down. When they raise a situation, when they raise a question, a discussion, you don't push them down. You rather take the time to explain things to them for them to grasp it, to understand. You see, as they are sitting down there, they can understand. They understand everything you say. They think through everything. You say one thing to them and you think they are not thinking about it. They will go and think about it and say, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. They create their hypothesis on their own. So if we're adults, help them to nurture their cognitive skill, their thinking ability by giving them positive reinforcement. You see, if your child is doing well and you praise them, it helps them to perform better. If they are not doing so well, even in school, in their moral life and the rest, if you are able to learn how to help them to navigate from that experience, it's going to help you yourself. And the negative aspect is, with this, if you don't handle it well as parents, you are going to lose your child to the world. They rather want to align themselves with the world because the stage that they are, everything is fun to them. Everything is adventure to them. So if you don't tell them that the negatives in life, if you don't take your time, you are going to get more into it, and you are going to get more into sin. You are going to lose focus, your education, your life. They are going to get more attached to the worldly things because the music, the fashion trends, and all that. And as Christians, we have a certain degree of morals we have to live up to. As Christians, we are the lights of the world. So you let them know that this is my faith, this is what we believe in. So this is the time that you need to put the doctrines in their mind to understand why we don't even wear earrings, why we don't eat certain food, why we attend church, this, so they know it for themselves. It's not that you are forcing them to go. They know it, they can reason, they can come and ask you question about it. But if you don't have that relationship with them, you are pushing them more into the world, because the more is more pleasing to them from their peer friends, from all that they have, the world is more pleasing to them. And it's easy for them to fall into negative hands than positive. So you are there to chaperone them to the positive side of life.
Wow, thank you very much. Now, let me come to my teens. This I want to hear from you.
Okay.
What prevents you from getting closer to your parents and sharing your problems with them? What really is the issue?
Okay, to me, I think we are living with our parents at home, and then we tend to see the kind of attitude they show up. Yes, we are learning from each other. So when maybe relatives come around, our parents go out with friends, the way they talk to each other, and then maybe they come in home and then talking about other people, we may also feel the same. So this is how Daddy is going to share my information to others. And then sometimes it's our own personal decision, because we do not see the necessity to tell our parents certain things, because we do not call things by their proper names. For instance, in terms of relationships with the opposite sex, for instance, if someone's in a relationship with a guy and then they are doing certain things that are supposed to be done by marriage couples, they will take it as, okay, we are dating instead of fornication. And so with that one, it doesn't become a secret any longer, because it feels normal in the outside world, and so there's no need sharing anything because it's normal. Yes, that's what I think.
I see. Now, supposing you have a girlfriend, who will be the first to know?
My mom.
Why?
Because of the relationship established between she and I.
Nako, what about you?
Okay, so to me, I think my friends.
Sorry, I said the call. I mean Cyril.
So to me, I think my friends would know first, because they are always around me. Before I do something, I do tell them, and they advise me. So they are my friends.
But do you always get positive advice from them? Or sometimes you go and hit, then you come back? What has been some of the experience so far?
Okay, so it has to be 50-50, positive and negative, because I would have to get that experience also in what I'm going to undertake. So, yeah.
But do you know that opening up and sharing secrets and confiding in parents will create some special bond? Do you know?
Yes.
So how do you intend to achieve that, Adjoa?
Well, yes, as I said earlier, it's not everything. It depends on the situation. Maybe you feel that mommy will understand this better, so I'll tell mommy. Of course, we tell our parents some things. We tell our parents, when I went to school, this happened to me. They will all laugh about it. Yes, we understand that bonds among family are very important. So we have secrets that you may decide to tell your friends because they will understand better and won't judge you. And then we have secrets you can tell your parents because they have experience on it.
Yes, my dear.
Okay, I can attest to the emotion that bonding with your parents is very healthy because of the relationship I have established with my mom. But then with my dad, I feel a bit distant, not really distant, but a bit, because of the nature of his profession. He's not mostly at home, and then because of the way we communicate, so we feel a bit distant, but then we are working towards a cordial relationship, and then also making him a senior brother.
That is good. Mrs. Odro, we keep on hearing that girls are more glued to their fathers, boys are more glued to their mothers. Why is that the case?
Psychology, we call it the Oedipus theory. You see, it's the opposite attracts to each other. So the girls see their fathers and they are more attracted to them. The boys also see their mothers and they are more attracted to them. You see, the men, it's how God made us. We get attracted to the opposite. You see, the fathers want to have that relationship with their daughters. They want to be there for them. They want to help them. They want to nurture them. And the mothers also want to be there for their sons, want to hear them out and all that. But you should not let it be that too much that you neglect. If you're a mother, you neglect your daughter, because your daughter also needs you. The feminine aspect of her life, you need to be there to guide her. Menstruation, when she becomes puberty and all that, to teach her how to take care of herself as a lady and all that. And you need to have that cordial relationship with her. But one thing is, if we're parents and you realize that you have a daughter, you need to be the first boyfriend of your daughter. So if you treat your daughter right, she's going to make a good choice of a husband, because they are looking at us, as they rightly said, they watch what you do. So whatever you are saying, if it doesn't go with what you are asking from them, they find it difficult to do. They don't understand why mommy is saying A, she's doing B, and she's asking me to do A. She can't do A, but she wants me to do A. She can't. They are going to rebel against you. So it's important that you, the father, you let your daughter know that this is how your future husband is supposed to act, to take care of you, and you need to educate them. You see, if you're a father, you are more involved in your daughter's life, it's difficult for your daughter to start accepting proposals and misbehaving with boys, because everything they are going to run it with you, and you are going to teach her how guys do their things. So if they come around her, they know that, oh, this person is not having any good intention with me. With anything, I need to run it with my daddy first. And as one person said, if he's having a girlfriend, if he's to have a girlfriend, he will tell the mother, because they have that bond. They have that deep conversations. So it's okay for her to tell her, they call them what, my old woman, that, hey, I have a girl, I like somebody. They are open because they have that discussions. So as a mother, you also use that opportunity to tell them what to look out for. They are young, and as they are growing, they need to have that, the formative about relationships and all that. One also mentioned that dating, they are having sex, but they are calling it dating. It's a sin. So they don't understand why the world is giving a sin a new
nice
name.
name.
And it's yes, and they kind of doing it and they see nothing wrong with it. So when they come home, this is where you let them know that no, when you're having that conversation with your girl, with your guy, you know that no, you can be friends. It's natural to have that attraction for the opposite sex. A girl in your class, it's natural. Even it's normal if you don't have the attraction for the opposite sex but the same sex, then it means that you even have a problem. It's normal, but you don't need to act on it. Just be friends, write letters to yourself, hang out, discuss things that are cool, things that are socially acceptable. And when you grow up, if God permits, so you guide them. So it's something that God placed in us. I think it's to serve as a guide for us, to help us to nurture the younger generations to fit into the role. So as parents, the children watch what you do. So it's not about do as I say, but rather do as I do. That is what parenting is about. You don't tell your child, do as I say. No, it's do as I do. They copy what you do. So if you are not doing it right, you are not acting right, they will not even respect you. Deep down, they don't respect you that much. They know whatever you say in church, all the quotations and all the preaching you have been saying in church, you yourself, you don't do anything. So whenever they say deep in their mind, like, hey, that is him. You get on that is him. They start laughing at you in their mind. And their age, they are quite naughty. If you don't take care, they could be playing and saying jokes about you. But sometimes you just go with them, you laugh over certain things. You don't take everything to heart too seriously because the generational gap, as I said earlier, is there. So if you are too stiff with them, you are not open with them, and you need to let them become independent. You see, you don't need to always be in their space. When they come to you, be open with them, discuss things with them. You can go to them, discuss things and all that. But sometimes give them their space. Let them also go out there, make their own mistakes, learn from it. And when they come back, don't tell them, I told you so, why do you do that? But rather use that opportunity to guide them to do the right thing. Their independence is very important. If you don't, and you always want to shackle them inside, you always want to take the freedom away. When they get outside, they tend to do things that are not worthy, things that you will not be proud to hear. That is when most parents, you tell them that their child is into this, that, and say, no, that is not my child. So you need to give them the independence. You just watch them from afar. And when they are going off, you just call them to book, you correct them.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Odru. It is becoming more interesting. But we need to go for a break. And when we come back, we continue our discussion. If you are just joined, we are discussing confidentiality within our teenagers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The wait for the Physical Youth Campaign is over, and we have been charged to go. Yes, we will go. Adventist Youth on a Mission. Get involved. The Obuasi Estate Youth Federation is organizing yet its biggest youth campaign after keeping safe of the dreadful COVID-19. We will, through this campaign, study the word to prove ourselves strong, train for skills, drill, hike, and play lots of fun games to equip ourselves for his service. Well-planned programs like career orientation and entrepreneurship skills, a night with Celestial City Choir, visit to Barikesi Dam, and Boyinre Kente Weaving Site. We have secured the venue. It's the Adventist Girls Senior High School in Tonso from the 21st to the 30th of December. Register through our website. Visit www.oeyfgh.com. Click on the registration tab, request for token, fill in your details, and make your payments from your mobile money. When coming, don't forget your tents, sportswear, and hiking shoes, Bibles, etc. For more information, contact or WhatsApp
0246 173 817 or 020 546 8765.
Be in attendance, for this youth camp will be an experience of a lifetime.
For one night only, the city will converge at the National Theatre as United in Praise presents the A Cappella Festival. Yes! Brace for a divine musical experience on Saturday, December 31, as Ghana's hottest a cappella groups usher us into 2023 in a grand style. On stage performing Black Capella, The Manifest, Vocal Path, Note 6, K3M, New Era, Soul Street, and many more. Special appearances by Pesdak Praise Choir, Gifted Dear, Mark Enimirenchi, and Perez Music. Get an early bird ticket now at a cool 70 Ghana Cedis standard for single, 150 Ghana Cedis VIP, and 300 Ghana Cedis for a family of 5. Simply dial *928*529# to get your tickets now. The A Cappella Festival is proudly endorsed by Beyond the Return and supported by Charterhouse, Events Dome, Midima Fuheba Clinic, Meridian Ghana Conference and powered by United in Praise. Pella Fest, a Hope Channel Ghana production.
My lovely viewer, thank you so much for staying tuned. You are still watching Love at Home, and we are discussing trust and confidentiality in handling teens. If you have just joined in, you are welcome. It's been very, very interesting. Teenagers are telling us so many things, but most importantly, Counselor Perfect is also sharing so many good things with us. So we are parents. You are not too late. You are welcome. So let's continue with our discussions. Let me start with Adjoa. Do you have any pet name you give to your parents, and why?
Yes, we do, my siblings and I. Especially we call our father the chairman.
Chairman?
Yeah,
Why?
when we
Why
tease
chairman?
him, we telling us about something very important, of which he knows a lot of. Then, as you know, children, we like to tease our parents. We hitting each other like chairman.
Oh, okay.
We also call our mother if you're Mansa or Joyce Atakra, depending on the situation. Maybe when she's acting very official, we see her, and we want to, hey, this is Joyce Atakra, you knew. We just like to tease them.
Oh, okay. Let me come in with you, to you, Antonio.
For me, my dad, he has a lot of names.
Wow.
But the very common one is morning, evening. Why? Because he really likes us to keep the house neat at all times. So he wants you to sweep in the morning and then sweep in the evening. So when he leaves in the morning, you know that you have to sweep. When he enters that very evening, you know that morning, evening has come because maybe we haven't swept the house. And that's the name we give our dad. But my mom, she's very cool, and so we don't really have any
pet name for him. Echo.
For my mom, I call her Mami Agri. Because of, like, it's a general name that most people call her with. And then for my dad, I call him Old Boy. And then I think he has acknowledged the fact that I call him an old boy. Sometimes he'll be like, our friend Old Boy, me Old Boy, maybe in there. You see those kind of things.
Okay.
I'm album review.
Okay.
You're old, you see, so.
But he's not pissed off when you call him Old Boy?
Oh, no.
Not at all?
Not at all.
All right, Cyril.
Okay, for my daddy, I call him Numwe.
Numwe, that's
yes.
good.
And then you respond, Boakwame.
Hey, you rather respond Black Kwame. So Black Kwame, tell me, why are you doing that? So Numwe is the same as Old Boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
My daddy is just jovial with his children.
Okay.
And for my mommy, I call her Madam. When she hears the Madam, she knows I'm coming to ask her for something. So the Madam is a way to persuade her to do something I want.
What you want him to do. Now, so let me come to you again. What do you expect from your parents? What would you want your parents to be doing for you? Then you say that, yes, we are comfortable as teenagers.
Okay. Thank you for the question. We really expect a lot from our parents, in as much as they expect a lot from us too. Why? Because they are taking so many responsibilities for us. And so, in terms of our conversations and then handling our secrets, I would prefer they will take down their suspicion. Sometimes you are talking to them and then they want to find the end. We are not done. That's not how the end is supposed to be. But then straight in their head, so this is what happened. Meanwhile, it's a different story altogether. And so I'll plead with them to take down their suspicions and then listen to us fully. Even if they know what has happened, they should keep quiet and then help us speak up. Yes.
Than concluding the whole matter for
you.
you.
Have to conclude for us.
Okay, Eko, what about you?
Our parents, I would want our parents to be more open to us and then not very strict. And then some matters are there which are supposed to be like the teenagers would want it to be between the teen and then the parents. There was this instance in school which needed the presence of my parents, and then when they came and then they left, my little sister told me that when anyone calls my mom, she will tell the person of the instance which happened, and then she was like, today the echo is there, do you see? So like some cases or matters are there, the teenagers would like to keep secrets between the teenagers and the parents. So we'd like the parents also to take this into consideration and then try as much as possible to reduce the spread of the situation.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Tafra.
Okay, so we'd also like our parents to be less judgmental. Maybe come to say something to mommy or daddy like, what I'm about to say, mommy will shout, so I'm not going to tell her. But if we know our parents are less judgmental and they do not jump to conclusions, as Antonia said, we'll be able to tell them more of our secrets.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So I wouldn't want my parents to intimidate or criticize me when I tell them something. So in case I tell them something, they shouldn't go out in whatever I tell them. But if I might need a help in whatever I share to them, they should advise me and guide me. And also I expect them to pray for me.
That is very important. So, Mrs. Odro, how should parents position themselves in order for their teenagers to share their challenges? And you've shared a lot, but try to put all together for us as the teenagers themselves are mentioning some of the things that they expect parents to do.
So I would say that they should be more open with their communication, and it should be tailored according to each child's need. You see, at mealtime, you can have a discussion when you are watching television, the family time moments. But you should know that you don't sum all your children together. We know that every child is having different needs. Every child wants that bonding, that attachment, that time with the parents. So make time for every child that you have. And it's best that as they are growing up, you listen to them now. If your child wants to talk to you, put everything aside and listen to them. Or else when they start 1, 2, 3 and you are not listening to them, they find a listening ear outside. They are going there. And try to do things that are common with them. Like cooking. When you are cooking, you can call your girl child, your male child to come and help you. As you are cooking, you are sharing stories about when you are growing up. You are giggling about it, you are laughing about it. They are also picking the lesson from it. So you realize that through such activities, you are creating a bond with them. You are washing. So washing time becomes times that is what? An activity time that you are sharing your experience with them. And this is the time that as parents, you must help your children to know the limits of certain activities. You must also help them to be responsible for their actions. You must help them to think before they talk. Whatever that clicks them is not what comes out from their mouth. You are shaping their behavior for the future. So you see, children are like plants. So for the plants, if they are young, it's easy for you to shape it, to prune it and all that. But when they grow and they are already a trunk and big, it's difficult for you to shape them. So as young as they are now, it's better to shape them. And I talk about independence. It's good to let them to become more independent. They are like plants. You see, if you put the plants in a room without the sunshine and the rain, it's difficult for them to blossom into the beautiful flowers that you want. So let them have the outside exposure. Sometimes just sit back and let them have the experience. When they come back, you discuss it with them. They are even going to come back more stronger, more volatile to understand whatever is going on in the society. And I will always say that as parents, let God be your guide. We have good examples in the Bible, like Samuel, how Hannah was able to train Samuel to become Samuel that he was. With all the peer influence from Eli's 2 boys, Samuel was good and God used Samuel. And we talk about our Master Jesus Christ. He grew up in knowledge, in stature, and all that. And it's through Mary. Mary kept everything in his heart, and he taught Jesus Christ, our Lord, everything. So he grew up to know everything, to know the scriptures, to quote them, and all that. So as parents, we have the responsibility. We are shaping the next generation. So don't just relent on your efforts. And whenever things become difficult, it's better you go on your knees, pray to God to give you the insight. And when you can't do it, after praying, it's best you seek for a counselor's help. Get a therapy for your child if you realize that things are going way off, you can't handle it.
Thank you very much. I have a question on the line. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. Okay. So let me come to you again. In the midst of all this, if your parents are not there, when the call was speaking, he made mention of the external family. What support do you also get from the external family? This can go to, yes. Any support from the external family?
Okay, so I have this cousin at home. Anytime I need help in my studies, I do go to him to help me, and he's good at doing that. So.
But do you discuss personal things with him?
No.
You do not. Why?
He's that old, like he's like 40, and he's strict. So if it's not about book, there's nothing else I think I can discuss.
Okay, so in a way, for him, you have decided that when it comes to education, that is he's the one you go to.
Yes.
Then other things, you have other places you resort to.
Yes,
is that what you are trying to say? Anything for you?
Okay, family never ceases to be, and so when parents are not around, and then we have the opportunity to meet with some external family members, we can talk to them about anything because it's family. Whatever we do outside, we should remember that we bear our family name. And so someone somewhere is listening, someone somewhere is watching, and then they are in support of so many good things we are doing, and then they really hate the bad you do. And so going out to talk to external family members about secret shouldn't be a problem at all to us.
Okay. Any?
Yes, I have support from the extended family. I have an uncle whom I can talk to. Yes, he's relatively young, so and he understands. We sometimes make jokes and laugh among us. So I have this auntie too, who is also lively. She understands the things that we young girls go through at this age. So yes, I have help from the external family.
Okay, Echo. Yes, you already said that you have an auntie that sometimes you call on to support you. So, Mrs. Odro, please wrap up the simple sentence advice to parents.
As parents, you have the responsibility to not just provide for your children, but to provide emotional support for your children. So no matter how busy life can be, no matter how stressed you are, don't take the stress on your children, because the children are watching what you do more than what you are telling them. So be a good example for them, get time for them, and treat your children individually. Don't play any favoritism with them, because they are watching, and time will come, they are going to tell you exactly what you did. You'll be amazed much that they have just taken out from what you did. So just let God lead you, be prayerful, seek God's guidance, and with all, if you ever need help, seek help. Don't do it all on your own. We have a lot, our pastors and our elders, most people are there to help you.
Thank you very much. This discussion has been so interesting. And with me here, I had Mrs. Perfect Odro, as a counselor and a psychologist. Madam, thank you very much for the knowledge you have shared with us. Thank you so much. Ms. Wande, yes. God bless you for coming.
God bless you too.
Mr. Agri, Master Agri, thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
Mr. Takra, thank you for coming.
Come.
The Mr. Kafui. Master Kafui, God bless you so much for coming to Love at Home. On this note, I want to remind you that Pella Fest is here again on 31st December. It's a Sabbath. We are all going to the National Theatre. From 6 p.m., we will be there throughout. We'll be singing, and it is a cappella day. All the a cappella groups will be there. Why don't you join us on 31st as you grab your ticket with a family of 5, a cool 300 Ghana cedis will be yours, and you are going to enjoy yourself. Then, the regular ticket for singles is 70 Ghana cedis. You'll be happy. Do not miss the show. Then 150 Ghana cedis for VIP tickets, which includes very, very beautiful and wonderful things. Please make it a point to be part of this program. It's 31st December 2002 at the National Theatre from 6 p.m. It's a cappella day. It's all about Pella Fest. Don't miss the show. On this note, I want to say thank you very much for joining the show. The month of November has been all about the teens. You can visit our discussions on our social platforms to go through or to see what we've been discussing to help you and to help you, the parents, the siblings, and everybody. And let's bring hope, peace, and love in our homes. On this note, thank you and God bless you. Good night.